So hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Elisha Kelvinziwa and welcome to Elisha FX. And so in today's video, we'll have a trade breakdown of Bitcoin USD. And yeah, so this is a trade, rather there are two trades that I analyzed the past week of Bitcoin. One was a buy and another one was a sell. And so I'm simply going to tell you what made me take the buy and afterwards what caused me or what made me take the sales. And so stick around until the end of this video as we analyze these markets together. So to begin with, as you can see, this was the market that we had, Bitcoin under the 4-hour time frame. And as you can see, Bitcoin has been falling for some time now, since October, if I'm not mistaken. Since October last year, 2025, Bitcoin has been falling. And as you can see, this trend line that I had noted down, if I go into a 1-day time frame, and you can see how it has been falling since October until somewhere December. Yeah, so from the start of the year it was going up since April somewhere until August. Then it trended a little bit. It was then it started going down from October until right now. So as you can see, I had these levels, like the important levels that I had noted down in the higher time frame. And as you can see, after falling for I don't know how many months since October, it ranged for some time there. This is where I'm indicating. So we had a simple range here, and then the market broke this range. Now that is what we caught for our trade. That same break is what we caught for our buys. So as you can see, there is a trend line there that got disrespected as the market was falling, signifying that the market was trying to change its direction from being a downtrend to being an uptrend after reaching that level of support. So as you can see, I noted down the level of support, which is that green bar there, or the green rectangle there. So if I go in this 1 hour, I think more detailed when I go into the 4-hour. Yeah, let me go into the 4-hour. Yeah. So if I go into the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, the market broke this trend line that has been respected since October. So a trend line has been respected since October 2025, and then it finally got disrespected at this level here, and the market ranged for a little bit and then broke to the upside. As you can see, this level here that I'm writing or I'm noting down here is the point at which the market broke that small range that it created while it was breaking through this trend line, our main trend line. And so the market broke through this resistance level and it came back and retested that resistance level again. So as you can see, this range in here was broken. Yeah, let me note it with a yellow thing. So this range here was broken. Then the market went all the way up there, retested a new resistance level up there, which is that pink bar on top, or a pink rectangle there on top, the bar. Then it came all the way to retest that same level of resistance that it had broken, and it used it as a support. So in my case, while I was scaling down into a smaller time frame, I had this other trend line that I created here under the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, if I put it in a 1 hour, I think the trend line will be more clear. So if I put it in a 1 hour, as you can see, there was this trend line that was being respected as the market was coming back to retest that resistance level that it had initially broken. So as you can see, it was retesting, it went up, it came back, it went up until it reached this level here, or level of resistance, which it used as a support in this time around. And then the market went and broke through this trend that noted down here. So at that point, at the point at which the market broke this trend line, as you can see, the market went all the way up and it changed the structure. What do I mean by change the structure? It was a small down that was created in a 1 hour time frame, and then at that point, this was where we had a change of character. So the market created a new high in the market. So yeah, the market created a new high, right? We had a change of character there. And then, as we said, every time you see a change of character, it should be pushed, or rather it should be supported by either a demand zone or a supply zone. So that's our strategy. That's my strategy that I use. I always use the demand and supply zones. So I always look for points in the market at which the market did what? Change the character with a huge momentum, either on the upside or downside. And so, as you can see, we noted down there, that was our support level, or rather our demand zone. So if I can note down this as a demand zone, DMD zone, yeah. So this purple bar here is our demand zone. That's our order block there. That bearish candle before the market broke the previous high. That was our zone. And so the market came back to test this demand zone. As you can see here, that's where we were looking forward to enter our buys. And then the stop loss was just below that level that the market came back to retest. So if don't forget, in a higher time frame, the market was coming back to retest a resistance level that it had broken. And so that's the level where we will put our stop loss, and our take profit will be breaking the previous high created in a higher time frame, or that previous resistance level that the market went to retest. And as you can see, the moment the market hit this level of demand, it went all the way to our take profit straight, just like that, as easy as that. It's always the same things that I look for once I come into the market. So even for the second trade, which was the sell, like I said, it was the same strategy. Like I used literally the same things, but on a selling point of view, like selling side. So if you see this, going back into this 4-hour time frame, you see that the market broke that second resistance level. It went up there, it came back down, and then it broke again, it broke that resistance level again, as you can see there. Instead of using it as support, it broke through resistance level again. So as you can see, if you go way down to 15 minutes time frame, this is a resistance level that was broken by the market. And then we had this wedge that was being created by the market. So you see this wedge here. You can use any wedge, or a falling wedge or rising wedge. Like you can use a trend line, like to indicate a wedge. So the market initially is dropping. I saw that the market was dropping, and then there was this wedge being created here. I knew that it was just the market taking a breath or something. So immediately the market continued, broke through the line here. As you, since I had already noted down that there is a demand zone, the market as it was going up. In this other I took, the previous trade that I took, as the market was going up, going to retest that previous resistance level, it created a demand zone. So that was where I initially thought I would place my take profit in case the market breaks this trend. And of course it did. As you can see there, it broke that trend line, and then it broke my previous low. So as the market was going up, that more uptrend that was there, it changed the character at this point here. And as you can see, every time we have a change of character, there should be a demand zone, supply zone that has supported that change of character. So what was I looking for? I was looking for a supply zone in this case. Why? Because we are selling in this market. So as you can see, that green candle just before the break of, or the change of character, that is our supply zone. You see that? That's our order block. That's our supply zone. So if I note down this was our supply zone. So every time the market comes back to this level, I'll be looking forward to sell. And immediately I came in, remember, I found it had already hit my supply zone. It was already moving to the downside. So what did I wait for? I waited for the market to come and take out these lows that were created, the new lows that were created in this market entered. And so that's why you see that my trade initially was entered a little bit late, that previous low, and then my stop loss was placed at the supply zone, immediately at the, like exactly at the supply zone. And so you can see how fast or our take profit was hit. Like immediately after breaking these previous lows, the market went aggressively to the downside, and it even continued. But I was just satisfied up to that level. Why? Because in a higher time frame, my analysis was that the market is still going up in a higher time frame. So I was just satisfied to take sales only to that same level there. So I had this buy trade and this sell trade, and I also have this current trade that is running. It's a buy as well, but for now it was only these two trades that I was looking forward to talk about. But as you can see, it's the same strategy that I use, like for buys, sales. Whenever I enter the trades, or I enter the markets rather, I always look for the same strategy. Like I always look for the same market structures to be formed in the market, and then I will execute only if my rules are met. And it applies for every pair that I trade. So I only trade about 3 pairs. Yeah, I only trade about 3 pairs, which is gold, XAU-USD. I trade Bitcoin, BTCUSD, as well as Nasdaq. So those 3, I always use the same strategy. And if you're someone who actually has been watching some of my trade breakdowns, you will realize that I've been using the same thing. I've been explaining over and over the same things, the same strategy that I've been using. And yeah, by now I think you would have mastered my trading strategy if you're one person who actually follows through my videos. But yeah, so that's what I had for you. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Elisha FX, Kelvin Elisha Ziwa, and make sure you like this video, subscribe, share, and yeah, most importantly, learn a strategy free of charge. So thank you very much. Make sure you follow, subscribe, share.